Alright, how y'all doing? Interesting video this. I'm going to put some pictures up about what I'm talking about, but I find it really interesting. The new Titleist drivers, right? GT, Gran Turismo. Titleist are very slow at releasing drivers. Roughly 3 years in between drivers, sometimes as much as 5 years. So bear this in mind. So you could say that Titleist and drivers and clubs, certainly drivers, Titleist are kind of like the OG of titanium. You know, they started way back with the 983, which Tiger Woods used. He used the one before that as well, and that really got them started on their journey. But the Titleist, because they have such a long release cycle, they might be the original gangsters or the GT, the Gran Turismos, but I'm going to tell you the new tech in this one is interesting, right? And let's show you. They're very secretive, but I've seen the inside of the face, and there's some on this that's interesting. So here's what the Titleist website says. It says seamless thermoform crown, an ultra light design born from the proprietary matrix polymer that's allowed Titleist engineers to realise a new material gains while maintaining our signature sound and feel, all wrapped in a clean and confident look. What does this actually mean? Well, the whole technology around it is very interesting. I mean, similarity-wise, Titleist have done a lot of things that other manufacturers have done in the past, and they've put it all together in one head. Now, this new material that they're saying they've built the crown out of, and the sort of midsection wrap of the sole and stuff, it is very lightweight, but it's very strong. They're not saying it's carbon, so unlike Callaway, who did it first with the FT fusions, and then the 360 titanium forged faces, and then they could put the weight back. Now also Titleist have done this as well, but in the GT3 and stuff they put the weight forward to make it low spinning, high launch for the better player who struggles. Now, interestingly enough, when you look at the face of the Titleist driver, inside it there's a ring, not unlike and not dissimilar to the original tailor-made titanium faces from the R300s, the R500, R580, where they had like a ring that was sort of enforced so that it gave structural strength but a spring effect on the middle and offset hits, so that you gained traction on off centre as much as you gained it on the middle. So there you go, you've got Titleist putting out this new GT driver that basically have taken ideas from Callaway, tailor-made, and obviously their own R&D's come up with, but it's nothing new. They've basically taken the best bits of other manufacturers and put them together in one, or actually it's not, it's three, isn't it? They've made three, possibly four, because that's what Titleist have started to do. The idea behind that is they'll have the GT3, GT2, GT, possibly 1 or 4 or whatever numbering they're doing with it. But that's for the likes their fitting department, so that they can say, well, you've not got the swing speed for that, and this will be more forgiving. You need more spin, you need less spin, you need a bigger head, you need a smaller head, right? So that's the way Titleist want to fit people. But I just find it interesting that way down the line, and you'll see from the pictures that the driver technology side of things is really maxed out. And I mean, tailor-made and Callaway are the real innovators pushing the boundaries on what you can do with materials. I mean, theirs tailor-made. Virtually removed all metal from the driver with it like a carbon face, carbon crown. They've stuck with it. You've got Callaway basically doing that as well, but the jailbreak technology in the face, they've stuck with that. Normal manufacturers stick with stuff rigidly that works and gives a performance benefit. They're not going to just put all that R&D into designing something and then walk away from it. So I find it interesting that the face on these Titleist drivers on the inside has a kind of reinforcement that TaylorMade used. The crown stroke wrap round the driver, even though they're saying it's a different material, it's the same design that Callaway used way back, starting with the FT, FT3 and then FT5 and so on. Even if you look at the finish of the GT3, it looks very similar in finish to the FT5, right? And obviously, if you can remove weight but keep structural strength in the middle of a driver, being as that the drivers are the biggest heads, right? And you can remove all that unwanted weight from the middle of the club and have it in the face and the rear or thereabouts. You're maximising out your CG and your core and stability of the head. So you're going to get maximum out or back out for minimum effort, which is what all these engineers are looking for. But I just find it really interesting that price wise, right? The prices are strange. Here's the pricing. I've just googled it, so I've not had hands on these drivers. Unlikely to, because I ain't going to be paying. It seems that the average price is £579 for a driver. That's including delivery. But you can go as high as £749 for a GT2, obviously, with an upgraded shaft. Again, an upgraded shaft on the GT3, £579. That seems to be about average. But there is GT3s being sold at £749 for one club. Whoo-wee, that's expensive. And I mean, people are saying the Titleist TSR 3, if you were to put the two clubs head to head together, would the average amateur notice the difference? We say that every year, but the thing is with Titleist, they're bringing a driver out every 3 to 5 years. So you would expect you would notice the difference. They're saying you won't really. Now, you could pick one of those up brand new for $429. Second hand, they're going to be hovering around $250, I reckon. So if you're looking for one of these GT drivers, you're going to have to wait a long time before you get them down to like this kind of money, right? Titleist Blue TSR2 regular Tensei 65 from American Golf, free delivery, brand new, on the sale, £229. So it just goes to show you, you'd have to wait ages before that happens. But you could also go for a used 915D2 driver, which is the slot in the face, back waiting, very nice driver. Get that from Golf Bidder, 98 quid, and it's minted, it's used, you know. The thing is about Titleist, give them credit where credit's due. They make quality products that last, right, and perform. So when you invest in a Titleist driver, sure, the new one's a lot of money, but it's going to look good in the bag and it's going to perform for a long time. And you're not going to be like 3-4 weeks later, oh, there's another new driver out, because they won't release a new driver for another 3 years, probably 5, who knows, but they just don't do it. So the GT metals, as Titleist are calling it, I guess they had to go somewhere with it, eh? And they've kept like the GT part in the name, you know, like the older ones, TSR3. It's not a step, you know, GT, GT4, GT2. GT3, yeah, all these companies, you know, and the logo, a lot of people have mentioned that the logo does look like off a car on the head cover. They're giving the branding of speed without actually saying the word speed, because you see GT in a car, you immediately think, wow, that must be fast, you know, like Gran Turismo, GT's, Golf GT, you know, GTI, that type of thing. It would be funny if they made a GTI. But yeah, so talking megabucks for these drivers. I don't know if I'll ever get a shot at one to actually compare it to my PXG. It would need to go some to beat the PXG, because distance wise they're pretty much maxed out. So like launch and forgiveness, I can't see them beating the PXG I've got. I've not had a driver like it for launch and forgiveness and consistency. So hope you've enjoyed this wee quick look. Hope you enjoyed the pictures. Not got hands on, but that's because we're a small channel. We don't get invited to any of these big events. Not at the moment. So thanks for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed this wee tech look at how a big company is, well, quite frankly, taking loads of ideas from other manufacturers, cobbled them together and come up with a GT. Thanks for watching. A subscribe, a share, a like, much appreciated. Channel's all for charity.